Hello everyone and welcome to my new tutorial. Today we are going to learn how to embroider sequences on a delicate piece of fabric such as organza. Before we start embroidering on organza, let's practice a simple sequence stitch on a regular piece of fabric. For the purpose of better visibility, I will take an orange thread so that you can follow my stitches easily. For organza embroidery, we will be using transparent thread. To start, I take one sequence and make a knot around it. This sequence will secure our work from the bottom. This is handy when working with transparent silicone thread that cannot be tightened in a knot. I'm going to use this fabric pen to draw a straight line on fabric. I will be following this line when embroidering my sequences so that they appear as a straight line. Because organza is a very fluid material, there is a chance that your sequences won't be in a straight line. If you do not have a fabric pen, it's fine. You can use just a pencil to draw a line. I'm going to use pink sequences in different sizes just to create a very dynamic design. I'll take my needle and make the first hole right on the line that I drew before, and I put my sequence in the thread. Then I'll make my next stitch a bit above the main line that I drew, so the distance from the middle of the sequence to the next stitch will be exactly the same as the diameter of my sequence. So my third hole or third stitch will be on the same distance as the stitch before, but it will be a bit below my main line that I drew. So the distance from the middle of the sequence to that next stitch will be also the same as the diameter of my sequence. So now I've got one stitch above and one stitch below my main line. That's how we secure the sequence. There are other stitches out there that you can use to secure your sequences, and they will create amazing designs as well. Me personally, I like this stitch because it's a perfect balance between speed and security of that sequence. So then I start all over again. So my next stitch goes right through the main line, and it's again on the same distance as our diameter of the sequence. So you can see now it formed something similar to a triangle. Now we can put a new sequence and start all over again. Once I'm done, I just secure the thread from the bottom in the same way as I would secure any embroidery project. So in this case, I can actually use my knots. Now let's look at how it is going to work on organza. Here's the transparent threads that I mentioned before. So this is just regular thread from any crafts shop that you can use. I'm going to decorate my organza top that I bought just from a shop. Again, I drew a line on my sleeve so that I know where I'm gonna embroider my sequences. To be honest, this is quite a tricky project because This sleeve is very fluid. It moves a lot. So that's where my line helps me. If you've got a simpler project or really even surface on your organza, you can always hoop it in and use an embroidery hoop to stitch your sequences. Another tricky part is that this transparent thread sometimes is invisible even when you embroider, so it slips out from your needle. So make sure you hold it with your fingers. To avoid going with my needle below the fabric or below the surface of my fabric, because it's a sleeve and it's really tricky to take the needle out from the bottom of my fabric, I just do all these stitches and make them in one go. Even if you go a bit further from the border of your sequence with your needle, it's okay. The transparent thread works in your favor. It won't be visible on your fabric anyway. I went a bit further with my design and decided to embroider my name on the back of my top. Sequences are really good for embroidering letters or different words. Anything that forms a line works really well with sequences. This is the end of the video. Thank you everyone for watching this video, and I really hope that you enjoyed it. Please hit the like button and subscribe to support the channel. Your feedback is also very important to me. Please leave a comment below this video and suggest maybe other topics or designs for my future videos. Thank you and see you next time.